Hello everyone, Ali with the Home Investors Team, broker with RE/MAX here to give you the latest market update for the month of July 2020. It's been a very busy month, and what I want to go over is not particularly the neighborhoods of 416 and 905 across the board, and pretty much anywhere you're looking, the numbers are up, both in the number of transactions and the average prices. They're up year over year. So what I want to talk about is just the averages in order to paint you a picture as to what's happening in the market. If you're interested in knowing what's happening in your local area, whether you're buying or selling, I'd be happy to get the data for that and sit down with you and go over those numbers in order to give you a more specific idea as to what's happening there. However, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to focus on the averages right now. So the average price for properties that reported through the Toronto Real Estate Board came in at $943,000. That is up about 17% over last year. The average price of July 2019 was about 807. Now we're looking at 943. Who would have thought that in a year the prices would jump 17%? Not many, including myself. However, the market is the market. And the number of transactions is up by 30%. So we closed in at 11,000 transactions in the month of July. Last year, there was about 8,500 transactions. So buyers are definitely out there, and so are sellers. And the average days on market is down by 26%. It took about 23 days last year to sell a property. This year it's down to 17 days. So it seems like properties are pretty much selling and flying off the shelf, especially those that are priced under $1 million, which a lot of townhomes and semis are. Even detached properties are selling quite quickly when they're priced right, and or even in some cases underpriced in order to get multiple buyers to come in and bid on the property. Now, in the month of June, there was a lot of transactions, and the prices did also go up quite a bit, and that was because of the pent-up demand that we had from the previous months, because everybody had been putting their buying and selling on hold for obvious reasons. So we saw a lot of buyers and sellers come out onto the market in June. Now, I didn't quite expect the same kind of, or actually higher numbers for the month of July. July, historically speaking, is rather a slower month because most buyers are doing their buying and sellers they're coming out in the market in the spring, around March, April, and May. Those are typically the highest and busiest months when it comes to real estate, because people want to settle in and move into the properties by July and August. So July and August typically are not the busiest months. However, because of the pent-up demand, we're definitely seeing that overflow into July and very much August as well. I've just been out with clients looking at properties. We're in Milton for townhouses, and we're essentially looking at multiple offer situations with every property that we're looking at. So I just want to compare June of 2020 to July of 2020 in order to give you an idea as to how much the prices jumped just in a month. June of 2020, if you scroll through my Instagram or check out my previous newsletters, you'll see that the average price was 930, and July we're looking at 943. So the average price across the Toronto Real Estate Board has gone up by about $15,000, and that's only in 1 month. The number of transactions in June, we had 8,700 transactions. We're now at 11,000. And the average days on market just dropped by about 1 day. It took about 18 days in June. Now it's taken 17 days to sell a property on average. So the market is certainly hot. If you're a seller, you want to upsize, it's a great time to do so, because you will certainly get a really good price for your property. And there's different strategies. You can price it right, you can underprice it. It really depends on your property and the location that you're at, that you're located in. And I'd be happy to sit down with you and give you strategies surrounding your property if you're looking to sell. Buyers, you certainly need to get your financing in order, do your pre-inspections if you're concerned about the property, and if you're looking into buying a condo, if the status certificate is available, check it out before you go in with an offer. Have as few conditions as possible. Let's put it this way, 2 conditions are better than 3, 1 is better than 2, and 0 conditions are better than any conditions at all. So if you're a buyer, definitely get your ducks in line, because you are facing multiple other buyers that are looking for the same property. I think there's a lot more buyers out there than there are sellers. And one other note, you know, the one thing that everyone says is that we're never gonna have the 2017 market, where at one point was the peak of the market, both in number of transactions and the average price. And I just wanna go back to that time period in order to let you know what we're facing with today compared to the peak of 2017, which was April of 2017. The only thing, let me pull up the data here. In April of 2017, which was the peak of the market, we had 11,600 transactions. The highest price, or the average price, was 920,000, and the days on market was 9 days. So certainly the properties did sell faster, but the average prices are actually, this July, we have higher average prices, and the number of transactions are pretty much the same. So 2017 is certainly presenting itself again here in 2020. It's been 2 years, 3 years actually, since we saw those prices, since we saw that kind of activity in the market. COVID hasn't stopped the market. CMHC changes to their mortgage, to insuring unconventional mortgages hasn't affected the market. The market certainly did go down in 2017 because of the government changes and regulations that they put into place. However, even that, the Toronto real estate market has weathered, and we're back to those kinds of numbers, prices and transactions. So if you've been waiting to get into the market as a buyer, wait no longer. The perfect time to buy was in the winter season, the winter months of 2017. Those days are gone. The only other time that was probably a good time to buy was during the midst of COVID. The first or second week of April, first week of May, the prices were probably the lowest that we will see for 2020. However, unless there is something else that's going to happen, whether it's another COVID, another government regulation, the market is trending upwards. So if you are looking to buy for yourself as your primary residence, and you're going to hold on to that property for 4, 5, 6, 10 years, and you can get financed, the best time to buy is now. And that's my advice to all of my buyers. If they're looking for their own primary residence, the best time to buy is when you can get financed, you can get into the market, because in 5 to 10 years, the market will likely double as it has in the past. And you're gonna look back and say, what a great time it was to buy then. So I'll leave you with that. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to reach out to me, send me a DM, a text message, or an email. I'd be happy to hear from you. And I would be happy to help you strategize into your next property, whether you're selling and buying or you're a first-time home buyer. I'm here to help. So thanks for your time, appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Take care.